Hi everybody, it's Greg, also known as Palmdale Hunter on the forums. Just wanted to give a quick little tutorial video here on these converting these little flickering tea lights from the 3-volt expensive button batteries to using 12 volts. Handy if you either need to turn them on and off remotely, or if you want to run them for many days and not have to worry about changing batteries, because the batteries cost about 3 times what the lights cost. So essentially this is the finished product in use. To get there, what I basically did was pull the back cover off where the battery is at. Every one of these is going to be a little bit different, so you may have to do things a little differently. Pay close attention. There's a center spring, and that center spring is the negative side, so the black wire is soldered to that, and then the red wire is soldered to a connector on the side. That's kind of hard to see. It's a little bit of a flat spring, and that would be the positive side. Then downstream here, the red wire gets interrupted, and in there a 470 ohm resistor is soldered and then covered with a little piece of heat shrink tubing, and that's just shrunk down to cover up that whole mess. And then downstream here at the end we solder a female RCA jack on. Okay, so the red goes to the center conductor, and the black goes to the shield conductor. That allows it to work with my 12 volt system I'm standardizing the haunt to, which someone asked a question about that. So that is all my 12 volts run off of converted ATX power supplies. There's lots of tutorials about how to do this, so I'm not going to go into this in depth here, but essentially I'll give you some advice. Pay close attention. Avoid Dell because they tend not to follow the color coding, and if you have a multimeter, it could be your best friend during this process. Essentially the yellow here is 12 volts and the black is the ground. I've just soldered up a pigtail that has a female RCA connector on it, and then this is a male to male RCA cable that's plugged into one of my breakout boxes. Okay, the breakout box then has extension cables that are male RCA, and all the devices have female RCAs on them, whether they're these little clip-on pin spots or things like the tea lights. They're all set to run off of 12 volts, and they all have female RCAs. That allows me to buy these very inexpensive RCA cables off of eBay for $1 to $2 each. They're available in 25, 50, 100-foot lengths if you need them, or very short, 1 to 5 or 6 feet. The breakout box. Someone asked about that. So the breakout box is a very simple device. It's essentially a blank switch panel or a single gang blank plate that I cut out and mount one of these little 8 RCA jack plates. These come from Radio Shack. They cost about $5. It's the most expensive part of the system, actually. And then once that's mounted, all we simply do is down the center is all the shield connectors. They've nicely placed them so that you can cheat like this. I just take a piece of hookup wire and tin it all the way down, tin all the connectors, and then just carefully solder that all the way down. And then around the outside of this are all the center conductors. So again, I just take a long piece, measure it, strip it, and then tin it and just carefully solder it down around the edges. So this breakout box is stupid. It's dumb. It gets its power from one of the jacks, okay, as you see. All right. That doesn't mean to say that if you wanted to do something different, you could. This is then screwed onto a simple single gang black box. You can see I haven't even bothered to paint anything on them. I think these are about 96 cents at Home Depot. Okay, this is big enough and deep enough. There's absolutely nothing goes in here, but if you wanted to, you certainly could put something in here. You could put a small 12 volt wall wart in there and actually run your AC just plug an extension cord into it literally and have a cord coming out the back, AC power cord if you wish to. These boxes are not waterproof, by the way. See the holes? So if you want them to be waterproof, you're going to have to spend a little bit of time with some silicone caulk or something, or buy the more expensive ones that are waterproof. They cost about $4 or $5 a piece. I just couldn't see doing that. I live in Southern California, and waterproof is not something I'm desperate to have. So that basically covers it. Happy to answer questions. Let me know how you guys think, or what you think, not how you think, and happy haunting.